We all know that running a business isn't easy, but in my experience with the right processes, software and documentation, it can be a whole lot easier. Stick around and I'll give you the inside track on exactly how I run my 7-figure animation agency. Hey, this is Matt and welcome back to the channel. I founded my animation agency Wise Owl in 2011. Since then, I've worked hard and I've been lucky enough to grow it into one of the biggest brands in our industry. But like growing any business, it hasn't always been easy. There have been times when the business has been all-consuming. But over time, I've designed the business and grown the team in such a way that the actual day-to-day headaches are mostly a thing of the past. So I thought it'd be good to create a video and share some of the things I feel have worked really well in getting my agency to this point. First, for context, a little bit about what my agency actually does. We create animated videos that help our customers attract an audience, explain their product, service or idea, and support their customers. We've got a team of 20 people, marketers, sales, copywriters, illustrators, animators, and supporting roles. But how does it all work? Let's get into the juicy stuff, starting with marketing and sales. When I first started the business, it was easy. We were offering a service that basically nobody else was. So we pretty much just used Google Ads to generate awareness, and easy as that, customers came and bought from us. Nowadays, things are much more competitive, so we've built an inbound marketing model that brings us most of our leads. We invest heavily in content and SEO. This means that we write blog articles that are designed to rank for keywords, relevant keywords in our niche. To help these articles rank well in Google, we create regular surveys that provide us with unique data. And this data gets lots of links from journalists and writers in the video industry. And that in turn gives our website and our articles the authority to rank well in Google. And you can see a little bit more about how we do that in this video just here. When people read our articles, we offer them a relevant ebook. And this helps us capture their contact details in exchange for the ebook download. And this turns people from readers of our blog into leads in our database. We've then got a series of email nurture sequences that warm up prospects who convert on the site. We also promote our content through our social channels, and we send weekly and monthly emails designed to inspire our whole list about different and interesting ways to use video. All in all, this marketing engine helps us generate over 1,000 new leads every single month. And if you want to learn a bit more about how we do that, you can watch this video just here. Backing up our marketing strategy, we've got a small sales team who speak to leads, discuss the requirements, and get new projects up and running. Essentially, our business is like a never-ending loop. Marketing drives sales, which drives production, which then drives back to marketing with case studies, testimonials, and the whole process just starts again. So once customers are on board, how do we run our projects? Making 100% custom-made video is a complicated process with a number of different stages and skills involved. Micromanaging every single stage of that process just isn't sustainable for me. I need to largely let that stuff take care of itself so I can focus on running the business. But I want to make sure it's organized, efficient, and consistently excellent. So I've designed the business to be extremely process driven. We essentially have a huge playbook style document that lays out every detail of our process. And all our team need to do is make sure they totally understand their own part of the process so that they can consistently nail it time and time again. Which they totally do, by the way. We empower the person currently working on the project to fully own it at their stage, and this means that they're responsible for all communication and moving that project forward. We then have clear handovers every time a project moves forward to make sure all essential information is shared along the way. We use project.co to keep all our tasks, files, messages, and key information in one place. For me as a leader, this means I can dip in and out of projects to see exactly where things are up to if I ever need to. And we use Slack, which allows our team to communicate and share information instantly. This is particularly important as we work remotely. Next, let's talk about standardization and templates. Now, I don't want our team to become robots, but where appropriate, I do think it's important to standardize things for consistency. For example, the client messages we send are a key driver of the customer experience. So we created a booklet of client communication guidelines. These are simple do's and don'ts to make sure that the team are working to a simple set of best practices and general rules. We've got templates for regularly used documents so that everything feels and looks professional, consistent, and on brand. And we even have customizable scripts for commonly sent messages so that the right information is always being communicated, but people are empowered to customize and tweak the actual words to let their own personality come through. In terms of team structure, I like to keep things simple. Each team has its own manager. This is someone who's accountable as a champion for each department, and they're also in charge of allocating and overseeing work. I think it's important for people to have room for progression in their role, so we've got a competency framework which lets people see the behaviours and skills that are needed and necessary to get to the next rung in the ladder. The team's driven by efficient internal communication, so every morning, first thing, each team takes 15 to 20 minutes to review work, catch up and discuss any issues, and basically just get on the same page. We also ask each person to fill in an end of day report, which means that I can pick up on any issues quickly on a daily basis and basically give people the support they need. Each person will have a bi-monthly one-to-one with a manager, which gives us a clear platform for bigger issues to be communicated. And we do monthly AAA, which is an Ask Anyone Anything meeting, which gives the whole team chance to collaborate on important topics and, importantly, ask anyone anything anonymously. I think it's really important beyond the normal working day to have regular team events. Obviously this has been difficult recently with the pandemic, but COVID aside, I like to make sure that we've got plenty of extracurricular activities to build team, relationships, and keep spirits high. In terms of people's working hours and commitments, I really aim for structure with a good amount of flexibility. We've got a fairly regimented workday. We have core office hours of 10 AM to 4 PM where everyone who's working that day needs to be working, but for appointments, childcare commitments, etc., I think it's important to have flexibility outside of these areas, as long as there's cover in the team and everyone works their contracted hours each week. So to recap, the core elements of how I run a 7-figure agency and still manage to have a life are: I've worked hard to become much more hands-off than I instinctively like to be. Leaders don't have to be involved in every project, you need to trust your people and your processes. I know that projects are going to go smoothly and efficiently as long as everyone follows the process guides we've created and uses the software properly. Invest in creating documentation that lays things out crystal clear. Standardize things by creating guidelines, templates, and rules to follow. And I try to strike a balance between what works for the business and what works for the people on the team as individuals in terms of work commitments and flexibility. These things added up have helped me build and retain a really happy team who do a great job and are committed to the business. And although we know there's no off button for entrepreneurs, it allows me to live a fairly stress-free life with my head out of the smaller details so I can focus on the big picture of running the business. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to the channel? I upload a new video every week sharing my advice, experience, tips, product reviews and more to help you grow your business.